And getting back now to the presidential transition, the host of Face the Nation, Margaret Brennan, joins us now. Margaret, thank you so much for being with us. It's been another history-making week. It feels like we say that every single week lately. So let's talk about the Senate's plans and what they're thinking for the second impeachment trial of the president.
We don't know the Senate plans yet because there has not been a clock that has started ticking yet. The House is still holding on to those articles of impeachment. And what we know is the current Republican leader in the Senate has said he's open to a trial, but if it would conflict with inauguration, which is in 5 days. We know Democrats are soon poised to take control of the Senate. So while they may want to hold the trial, they have to make the political choice of whether they want to hold a trial of then former President Trump at a time when they could be legislating the current president at that time, Joe Biden's agenda. They also have to work through some of these issues with constitutional scholars who are debating, because this has never been used this way. Can you hold a Senate trial of a former president? This is what the founding fathers carved out as the way to hold presidents accountable. And the idea is to hold President Trump accountable for incitement. But if he's no longer president, how can this be used? There are a lot of issues that are being debated by scholars right now. But the bottom line is this question of what will be done to hold the president and his allies to account for their role in perpetuating this lie that the election could be overturned by seizing the Capitol.
Right, Margaret, and President-elect Joe Biden still has not taken office. His inauguration is next week, but he and his team already hard at work working on their coronavirus plan, a vaccine plan, an aid plan for millions of Americans who are struggling right now. Can you break down that plan for us?
We're going to have the new CDC director, the incoming CDC director, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, on the program Sunday, and hopefully she'll help us do that. What we know from what the president-elect announced today is that he hopes Congress will approve tens of billions of dollars to help with vaccine distribution. One of the ways he wants to use the money is to, for example, reimburse states if they activate their National Guard members and ask those Guard members to distribute the vaccine. That's something they've used successfully in the state of West Virginia, for example. Their governor will be joining us on Sunday to talk about how they are rolling out their vaccine in a way that has allowed them to use 70% of the supply the CDC handed them. Many states aren't even close to that. And this is in West Virginia, a poor state, a rural state, an area where we were told it was going to be difficult. So there are some lessons there to be learned at the state level. We'll have that conversation Sunday as well.
We know tens of thousands of National Guard troops are already in place in Washington, D.C. ahead of next week's inauguration. What more can you tell us about security leading up to that historic day?
As we count down, we're about 5 days out. Security is getting tighter and tighter. I've lived in the city for some time. We are used to a security presence given who lives here, but I've never seen anything like this. There are upwards of 20,000 National Guard members, some of them carrying weapons, here to protect against attacks by fellow Americans on the transfer of power. This has really shaken the nation's capital, and as we know from the FBI, they are worried about all other state capitals as well. That's why this weekend we'll be talking to the mayor of St. Paul, Minnesota, about what they're expecting in the Midwest. There's some scrutiny of militia groups and organized groups that may be trying to carry out violence in the coming days.
Right, Margaret Brennan, thanks so much for joining us to give us a breakdown on what we can expect this weekend. Join Margaret for Face the Nation. That's Sunday morning at 10:30.